I've only
All
got two
right.
spots here, Tim. Two
You
strong picks here.
I honestly I have one that I'm real confident in and one that I'm gonna throw a dart on. Not a lot of action on this for me. I'm not gonna lie. We did pretty well. We're recording this on Wednesday. We did pretty well on the contender series. Maybe after this coming week or upcoming week, we can sprinkle a couple of those in for the next episode. But
We went
yeah, we
off.
did pretty good. Yeah, we did pretty good last night. That nice plus 1100 parlay we hit with
Yep.
just two picks,
First
which
fight
was
and the
sweet.
last fight.
Yeah, so that's good. I'm stoked for that. I am gonna go light on this card. Not much for me. Maybe I'll snag some live props, but this one's kind of ho hum. But you can't win them all. These are the ones that on paper they seem to be okay, but hopefully we can get some bangers.
Yeah, you just survive and advance through these ones. I mean, we had a parlay last night that was a plus like 280 underdog and then a plus 215 underdog combined.
Yep.
And I think, I mean, made a couple $100 on that. I don't think I really need to go too heavy into this. I do. I have two bets. We'll get to them later, but nothing crazy here. I don't really want to be. A lot of these I feel like are favorites that they're the justified favorite, but they're like minus 300 and they should be like minus 150 or something like that. And I'm just not interested in betting that, and I'm not interested in betting the dog because I don't like the dog. And it's like, man, all right, well, we'll just pass on these. Or they're just complete 50-50 fights that I don't feel like I have an edge on anything. And in that
Yeah.
case, I don't want to bet that either.
Yeah, I think we're gonna go through this card pretty quick. So I wanted to get your opinion on something.
All right.
It came out today that if Strickland and Izzy weren't going to be able to make the headliner, they were trying to book Yuri and Alex, but Alex couldn't turn
Ooh.
around that fast. So, do you think that's going to be for the title? You think they're going to make that fight for the title? Maybe
Yeah,
maybe
man.
January.
I don't think there's another fight to make. I think maybe yeah, January would be good. Also, just end of 2023 would be good. Make that fight. Watch Alex get knocked out. That'd be great.
Well, we'll see, but it definitely has to be. It definitely has to be for the title, especially since Johnny Walker is fighting Ankalaev.
Yeah, that'll be
So
number one contender fight right there, and then yeah, dude, it'll be Yuri versus Alex, which that's gonna be a fucking banger. And then there'll be number one contender Walker Ankalaev, and then we'll have Jamal Hill coming in by the time that works its way through. And then it's just, I mean, so it's the future of 1 or 205 is pretty much written right now. I feel like it's going to be Alex versus Yuri, and then winner of that takes winner of Ankalaev versus Johnny Walker, and then whoever wins that will be champ, and they'll get Jamal Hill when Jamal Hill comes back from his Achilles.
so deep down, I know you're a Yuri guy,
I'm a Yuri guy
but
through and through.
but but story wise, for Alex Pereira to be in the same calendar year, middleweight and light heavyweight champ, does that make him fighter of the year?
I'd think so.
It
I'd think
has to
so.
be.
I would think so, man. I mean, oh, that's tough. Yeah, I mean, I would say so. There's not many fighters that I'd say have eclipsed that this year for certain. I think it'd be
I mean,
Alex if he wins that, and then I mean, outside of that, there's not a lot of stiff competition though. That's the thing. There's not a ton of
I think
fighters.
he might. I think he might get it. I think he might get it regardless.
He could. It could also be Izzy too, getting his title back, and if he beats up Sean pretty bad, which honestly he should. He should beat up Sean. If he beats up Sean pretty bad, then it could be Izzy as well, which I fucking hate Izzy, so I hope he does not. Hope he does not win that.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm excited. They gotta make it, and hopefully they do make it. What would that be? November? Would that be the November card? They could
Yeah,
do that in November.
they could do it November, they could do it December or
Well, December's
January.
John. When's Stipe and John Jones?
December.
Yeah, so we're gonna be looking at November then.
If John beats Stipe convincingly, then it could be John Jones Fighter of the Year for sure as well.
Uh, that's true. That's true.
That's a big if though. If he dismantled him in one round, then it would probably be John Jones, just because it's John Jones. He'd go up into the mic and go bah, and he would just lock it in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
All right,
All right,
first fight
you want to
here.
hop in? You want to hop in here? We got Juliana Miller versus Luana Santos. Um, I think personally, they're gonna try and push Santos here. Juliana Miller came off of the Ultimate Fighter. She had a her debut. She won, and then she just lost her last fight against Veronica Hardy, who is not that great. And then we have Santos, who is on a 2-fight win streak, um, coming from the LFA, 4-1. I think honestly, she's younger. She's got a 2-fight win streak. I think the Juliana Miller experience in the UFC is going to come to an end if she does not get the win here.
Yeah. Uh, Santos is the prospect. Miller fucking sucks. Like Miller would probably get beat up in a bar on a Friday night by a drunk woman. A bartender could probably beat her up. I think Miller fucking is awful. So I think she's going to be 3-3 after this. She's going to get cut, and she's going to go over to one of the I don't know, smaller places to fight, and she's going to get her ass whooped for 3 fights, and then she's going to retire. I think she's awful. I don't know. I don't want to sugarcoat it. I think she fucking sucks. I watched 2 fights of hers, and I could have taken a nap and probably had the same amount of entertainment. So terrible, bad fighter. Might be the worst on the roster. And I see her nickname is Killer. Uh, yeah, no. Just yeah, no on that one. Killer is not a good name for her. If you're watching this, Juliana, somehow, if you're one of our 18 viewers, I apologize for being a little rough on you there, but I did not like watching you fight. I'll just be completely honest. All right. Little better fight here. Damon Blackshear versus Jose Johnson or Jose Johnson. I don't know. I don't wanna say his name wrong. Um,
I'm gonna go with Jose. I'm
I'd
gonna.
I'd probably assume that as well. Who do you got here? You have any strong opinions?
I think if I was to lean on one, I would lean on Blackshear. He is coming off a win, but before that, he lost to Farid Basharat, which I think Basharat is great. I can't really take anything away from Blackshear on that loss. Um, I would definitely lean towards Blackshear. Uh, Jack Cartwright or Jose Johnson is coming off of the Contender Series about a year ago, beating Jack Cartwright. But before that, he was in Fury and a couple other promotions.
He fought Mana
Um,
Martinez, who's in the UFC now.
yeah, that was yeah 2 years ago. I don't think he's gonna be able to do it. Um, I think Blackshear is gonna be the better fighter here,
Yeah,
and that's it. I mean, this guy's got some. I mean, some good wins, like you said, maybe the Mana Martinez. That was a loss though. The Jack Cartwright, that was probably his best win, and that was on the Contender Series, and that was a decision. So yeah, I would lean Blackshear. He's been here before. This will be his, and he went to uh what was it, a draw with Yusef Zalal.
Yeah,
So
I was about to say
I
that. I
have
like that actually. I like Yusuf Zalal. I think he's a pretty good fighter.
so I just think it's going to be the experience. And listen, let's not kid ourselves. Jose Johnson's 15-7. Um, that's not gonna gonna cut it. I'd be very very surprised. First of all, I'm very surprised that he's even getting this opportunity off of that decision with Jack Cartwright.
Yeah,
But
same
that's
here.
neither here nor there. Um, I'll take 13-5 Blackshear over 15-7 Jose Johnson.
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm looking at his record right now on the screen, and it seems like every single time that Jose Johnson takes a step up, he loses. He lost to Ronnie Lawrence. I'm gonna go find the exact odds to this. He lost to Ronnie Lawrence, and he lost to Mana Martinez. Those are two UFC caliber guys, but not high caliber UFC guys. They're still kind of down there. They're still not all the way top level sort of UFC caliber guys. So I think Blackshear probably wins this. I think he probably takes his head off. To be honest, I like Blackshear. Blackshear's got power. He's got heavy hands, and so I think Blackshear probably knocks him out here. Returns to his knockout ways, which I think he just got. Yeah, he just got a knockout in his last fight. So I think Blackshear gets it done.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
it's one
find
of
the
those things.
odds. I can't even find them, to be honest. I think.
Yeah, and it's going to be one that I'm just going to watch. I'm not going to lay anything down on those.
Yeah, same here. I'm gonna Google it real quick. Make sure that fight is even on. The Damon Blackshear. Blackshear UFC. Says he's still on. The odds just are not out. Interesting. Um, all right, we got another fight here. Montserrat Ruiz coming off of a loss to Amanda Lemos, which, not a bad fucking loss because she's fighting for the title now. She beat Cheyenne Vlismas. She beat Janasa Moradan in another fighting league. Her opponent Jacqueline Amorim. Oh my god, I just butchered that one. Amorim. Lost to Sam Hughes, beat Ashley Nichols, and beat Loveth Young. So for me here, this is just another very, very hard pass. I would probably bet the Jacqueline side, but I'm just beyond not interested in betting this. She's from America Top Team. I like that. She's taller. She has a 6-inch reach advantage. I like all those things about her. I just don't like the price tag attached because I'm looking at Jacqueline. She's minus 250 right now. I just won't be betting a women's UFC or women's MMA fighter, which no disrespect to women's MMA. I just don't think that as many big favorites like that come through as in men's MMA. Men's MMA, sometimes you get those minus 200s that, they look minus 1,000. Women's, they're usually a little bit tightly contested. So I'll just pass. I'll watch. I'll be cheering for Jacqueline, though. I think she's the better prospect here out of the two.
This one is interesting for me, and I kind of talk myself into things sometimes, and it makes me feel a little bit better. I might take a little action on this. Um, Jacqueline just fought Sam Hughes. I don't know if you remember, uh, but I had Sam Hughes on that, and Sam Hughes just grinded her down.
Yeah, she did.
Um, what I do like is Montserrat Ruiz. 2 years ago, she's coming off a 2-year layoff. Um, Amanda Lemos, right? Knocked her out. Whatever, that's fine. Now she, like you said, she's fighting for a title. Um, Before that, Cheyenne Vlismas is Cheyenne Bays, JP Bay's ex-wife. So that's why it might seem like you never heard of her, or if other people aren't familiar. That's Cheyenne Bays.
Roman
Um,
Dolidze stole JP Pice's girl.
yeah. So JP is actually on this card. So this is his ex-wife, and before that, she got that win over uh, Janasiah, uh,
Key
Manergan.
lock as well. That was a key lock win.
Yeah,
It's
so
interesting.
uh, I think this might be a thing where if she can get Jacqueline down, um, I think she can manhandle her. I really, really do. I want to see how they come in at weigh-ins. But if Montserrat Ruiz looks filled out and looks like she can handle Jacqueline, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on her. I think she can get it done. This was the same thing. This girl was a huge favorite. Jacqueline was a huge favorite. Maybe I shouldn't say huge, but she was a favorite over Sam Hughes. And I said, no way, Sam Hughes is a dog. And what happened? Sam Hughes grinded her out. So I'm gonna back the Mexican Montserrat Ruiz. Got that Mexican heart, fighting out of El Paso, Texas, baby.
I think the thing you're gonna run into an issue with here is how small Ruiz is, and when you see her, I think you're gonna remember because when she fought Amanda Lemos, she looked like a fucking dwarf, like straight up Game of Thrones guy dwarf. She's 5 foot. She weighs in under the weight limit. So unless she's taken these 2 years to fill out, I honestly think she could fight 105 in the other MMA promotions. But here she's 115 is the UFC weight class, and so she's weighing in under 115. She's 5 foot even, 61-inch reach. She is very small, but we'll see. I
That's
mean,
why.
that's
That's why I said I want to see weigh-ins and see if she looks like she can handle herself.
that's your thing, weigh-ins, which I appreciate. I think you always give me the weigh-ins rundown afterwards because I always bet way before the weigh-ins. I always fuck around and get it like 2 weeks before.
Yeah, I'm also into the finishes though. I like hitting the finishes. So
Yeah, I know. I'm always into the money line. I don't really care about finishes. I'm always into those dog money lines, which is weird
Dow,
because last night I bet finishes in both and I lost on both of them. And normally that'd be a
I know
Tim
me too.
thing. That'd be a Tim thing, but that was a
That would
Ted
be.
thing. All right.
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: the first fight, that kid put a beating. That kid put a beating on that guy.
I went
That would
back
have
and
knocked
watched
out
it, dude. He was dribbling his head like a
90.
basketball.
Yeah, 90% of guys would have gone out. But hey, it is what it is. That was the right bet, I think.
Last fight was still pretty good. It wasn't as good as the first one for our guy. Like he won, but it wasn't great. Like he just kind of controlled him and picked him apart.
Oh yeah.
All
All right,
right.
let's see. What do we got here? We have Josh Parisian versus Martin Budai.
Did you know
Um,
that? Did you know that Budai used to be like a gamer? Like he like gamed for like 12 hours a day and got to be like 400 pounds.
really?
Yeah, I learned that from Daniel Cormier. Said that on a broadcast one time.
What was he playing?
I don't fucking know. He was playing something. He was playing something, and it wasn't solitaire. Probably like I bet it was like one of those League of Legends or like one of those sort of games that they put on Twitch. But yeah, he got to be
Uh,
like 400 pounds and then took up jujitsu, lost all the weight, and here he is on a 5 fight win streak, dude, over Jake Collier, Lucas Brzezinski, Chris Barnett, Lorenzo Hood on the Contender Series. And we got Josh Parisian with the win-loss sort of a deal. So he's due for a win
Yep.
here, is what the algorithm says. But this is a stinker, man. This is a fucking stinker. I'm not excited
It
for this one
is.
at all.
I'm not either, and I think this could just be a huge disappointment. I mean, when Parisian, he's got one knockout in his last 5 fights, right?
Yep.
And he's got finish from a crucifix, and he's got a decision. He's got a KO, right? TKO, another decision, and then you got Budai over here. Decision, split decision, technical decision. I mean, and then you go back to Contender Series where he's got a KO from a knee to the head, and then before that in some kind of Slovakian combat league, he's got a knockout from 2 years ago. This. You know what I would do? I would take the over 2.5 on this if I was to bet it. Um, I think this is going to be just awful to watch. Um, maybe it's heavyweight. Obviously somebody can get clipped and go down. Um, but I'm not. I want nothing to do with this, to be honest with you. This isn't. This normally heavyweights. I'll take the under, but this is one time I would maybe take over 2.5. As it's going to be a turd with a capital T, I think.
Yeah, so I'm looking at DraftKings, and it's got Boudet at minus 205 and the over 2.5 at minus 130. I kind of like Boudet here because anyone who loses to Dontel Mays and Jamal Pogues is dead to me from a betting perspective. Like, if you want me to bet on you and not talk shit about you, you can't lose to Dontel Mays and Jamal Pogues.
Wait, did you say the over 2.5 for a heavyweight fight? This is a heavyweight fight, right?
Yep. Yep.
And it's minus 130?
They know this is about to be a staring contest, dude. They know that they're about to look at each other in the eyes and just kind of like ping pong each other into the next round, and then wait another 3 minutes before throwing anything heavy, and then the round's over. Gotta go to my corner, and then Boudet's gonna win a decision, and it's gonna be the worst fight of the night, and they're gonna be sweaty, and they're gonna get on the mic saying they want to fight Derek Lewis next. They know it's gonna be that sort of a deal where it's just gonna be a shit fest for 2 rounds, but I don't know, man. I'll take Boudet here. I think he's just better. Like, I mean, he has 3 UFC wins, and Parisian lost to Dontel Mays and Jamal Pogues, and I think Parisian's just going to get outworked here. I think Boudet is just probably going to put on the pace and push him against the cage and punch him a few times and get a decision. It's going to be fucking awful, and he's going to look maybe minus 200, but I think it's going to be like eye bleach to watch. And that's, I mean,
Yeah.
that's saying a lot after the Juliana Miller and Luana Santos fight. I mean, like, this might be the worst fight on the card. I don't know. Those two are like neck and neck for like the worst fight I've ever seen in my entire life. The rest of this card, though, I will say, after these two fights, now that we're done breaking those two down, the rest of this card has some bangers, has some good fights, has some fights I'm excited to watch, which I won't be watching. I'm gonna be out, and then I'll be watching it at like 1 a.m. when my wife is asleep. I'll be watching it in
That's
the bed.
Well, you're going to be doing a little streaming because and listen, the fight after this is your boy. That's why you're going to be in bed screaming because the Midwest Chopper
Dude,
is
he's getting the
Bulgarian
dub. Tim, I'm
Francis
telling you.
Fire Marshall. So what do you got? What do you got here for us?
All right, setting the drink down. Isaac, the Midwest Choppa Bulgarian, is putting this dude into the canvas If there was a prop for under 20 seconds to get a takedown, I'd have it here. It would be fucking plus 400. I'd have it. Dulgarian is dropping him onto the ground. He's going to take his back. He's going to beat him up a little bit. He's going to sink in a rear naked choke in the first round under a minute. And he's fucking taking him to the shadow realm. Marshall's going to be screaming like Joseph Benavidez. They're going to be like, "You're okay, buddy." And he's going to be, "Ah!" as he wakes up from his little fucking nap. He is taking a canvas nap. First round, Isaac Dulgarian, Division II runner-up NCAA wrestler. I watched 3 of his 5 fights. Dude has the fast twitch muscles. I don't even know how to explain it. Fast twitch muscles faster than me when I play pickleball. And that's something that I think is a little underappreciated. The dude, he's getting these first round finishes and everyone's like, "Oh, the dude has no cardio." If you know a wrestler, ask him to go run 3 miles and see if he can do it when he's 40 years old. He can do it. And this dude's 27. He's like 4 years removed from his college wrestling career where he was a runner-up in Division II wrestling. And wrestling gets you probably just as tired as MMA every single time. And you wrestle as many matches, 3 in a day, 4 in a day, 5 in a day. He's going to have cardio. He has the wrestling to do it. I think Isaac Dulgarian is the fucking side here. I don't even think it's close. I have a bet on him already. Let me go check the line. I think I bet him at minus 140 or plus 145. He's plus 140 right now. Lock of the night, coming from Factory X. Where the fuck is Francis Marshall coming from? Pellegrino? That's a fucking water. That's a sparkling water. It is delicious
water.
It's delicious. But Dulgarian's killing him. End of story. I don't want to hear anything else. It's happening. It's just like Diego Lopez last week. Tim was over there yelling at me that Diego Lopez was going to lose. He said it like 25 times. And I'm just kidding. Tim didn't say that. Tim was actually on the sub, and we got paid on Diego Lopez. But I'm saying it this week. This is my guy this week. Diego Lopez is going to be the champion by 2024. And the only guy who's going to beat him is going to be Isaac Dulgarian in 2025. That's not happening. I completely lied there, but Dulgarian's definitely getting the dub tomorrow. Francis Marshall, okay fighter, just not good enough. There you go. I'm done. Sorry, Tim.
Yeah. I think. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna take him. I just don't know if I want to put it in a parlay for under a round or under 1.5. I don't know if he is going to knock him out or submit him. That's where I'm having a hard time, because if you look at him, he's 5-0, right? Factory X, Anthony Smith, Brandon Royval, Dustin Jacoby, who just had a great performance
Alexander
last week.
Hernandez too.
Yeah, so he's got 3 KOs, 2 subs. So I'm not sure what it's going to be. I'm going to take him to finish, and then probably under 1.5. So originally I came into this thinking I was going to take 1, maybe 2 bets, and I'm already at like 3. And we're not even to the ones I really wanted to get in on.
You're going to end up with a full slate. DraftKings fully spent.
I will. I definitely will.
But I'm about to blow your mind, Tim. I got something for you.
What you got?
The under 2.5 for this fight is only minus 160.
Really?
Isaac Dulgarian has never gone outside of 2 minutes in a fight. Let me just check this to make sure. I'm pretty sure it's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, something stupid like that. Yeah, so his longest fight is 2 minutes and 49 seconds. And that's even in his amateur. Well, he had a 3 minutes. So he's never gone past 3 minutes in his amateur or pro career. What are they doing here? What is Vegas doing? Minus 160 on the under 2.5. Dude hasn't gone over 3 minutes in 9 fights. So I think that's a great bet too. Minus 166 or minus 160 on that. I like that as well.
Yeah, and obviously, you know me, I'll wait and then I'll snag the alternate minus or under 1.5, and I'll probably get plus odds on that.
For sure you will. You'll probably get like plus 150, I bet.
Yeah, I'll get something juicy on it, especially with him by finish. That'll be a nice little payout.
Yeah, because here's the thing, man, is if he doesn't get the finish, maybe people are right about his cardio. I know I was talking a whole bunch of game about wrestlers' cardio, blah, 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 but maybe he doesn't have the cardio and then he gasses out and gets finished anyway. Who knows? But that under 1.5, under 2.5, I feel like is a pretty fucking great number.
All
This
right.
is your boy.
Uh,
This is your man
this
right
is
here, the future champ.
this is where I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on this one. Terrence McKinney versus Mike Breeden. Both guys coming off of two straight losses. Both have three out of their last five are losses. There's a huge difference though. Um, I think the Terrence McKinney's losses to Bomb Theme and Sadikov are hold more weight than Levy and Hernandez. Granted, Alexander Hernandez, we just spoke about him, Factory X, but I don't think Breeden's going to be able to deal with McKinney. I think this is going to be a quick one. I think McKinney's going to get back on track. I think he's going to get him out of here. Definitely this might be another under 1.5. I think Terrence McKinney can get it done. Just had a great camp. Um, his last loss was a little funky. His arm did get trapped. Couple of fence grabs. Didn't take a lot of damage. So I'm gonna go with McKinney on this one, hands down. I think it should be an easy fight, and Breeden will be out of the UFC.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the odds right now so I can get the under over blah blah blah. You know what I mean? But I pretty much agree with everything you said. I think Terrence McKinney's gonna kill him here. I don't think it's gonna be competitive. Honestly, dude, if there was a 1 round fighting league, McKinney would be champ. Like, dude, in that first round has some legitimate skills, and he is very scary for every single fighter in that first round. He's lost
Yeah,
to Bonfim, dog, Sadikov, dog. Like, we love both those fighters. So I think McKinney's a parlay piece this week. Minus
yeah,
280. I think you could parlay him with someone in the rest of the card, which we'll talk about soon. Parlay him with one of those. Parlay him with the under 2.5 of that last fight. I think he's getting back on track. He's 28. He's got the skills. He doesn't have the cardio right now. He may never develop the cardio, but I don't think Breeden is the guy that's gonna take his UFC tenure from him. I don't think Breeden at 34 years old is gonna have much of anything for McKinney. I think
yeah. The
McKinney's gonna beat him up.
only thing that concerns me is he's 2 weeks. He'll be 3 weeks removed from last weigh-in.
Yeah,
Uh, that's the only thing
that's tough.
that. But here's the thing: he doesn't have that huge frame. He's not a big frame. He's kind of lanky. So um, I don't think Terrence McKinney is cutting as much weight, and I think he stayed kind of on ice after that last loss, just in case something did happen. So I don't think he put a full frame on, if you should say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't. I would bet he didn't either. This is. I mean, I'm trying to look at who Breeden has. Basically, no good wins. Brandon Jenkins, not a very good win. I was thinking that might be his best win. He has literally no good wins. As soon as he came up to the contender series, he lost. And then as soon as he got into the UFC, he lost twice. So Breeden is really on, like, in my opinion, just not UFC caliber. And Terrence McKinney, I think, is. He has, definite some shitty stuff. He doesn't have the full skill set yet, but McKinney, I think he's gonna wash him, and I think it's gonna be pretty easy there. All right. Oh, the man we talked about earlier, the man we disrespected, the man that we were talking about, his wife getting borked by another man. JP Bice here, young savage, coming off of three straight L's, four straight L's if you call Roman Deleeds one. And then Marcus McGee, three straight wins, beat Journey Newsom, which he was a big time underdog there, which I'm not sure if we bet that or if I just bet that. Can't remember if we were UFC friends at that point. How long ago was that? 1 month? What the
What? What are
fuck? We
you
were
talking about? He just fought.
what the fuck? That feels like it was like a year ago. Oh my, what? We were definitely both on him then. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. We
it
probably
was
made a
literally.
podcast. We probably had a podcast for that one or something. Holy fuck.
Oh
Man,
gosh.
I need to take some, I'm not sure if it's like alpha brain or whatever it is, make your brain a little sharper. I might need to take some of that.
Yeah,
But
he needs some alpha brain.
yeah, I'll keep it quick here. I think Marcus McGee probably wins, but I would never bet minus 350 on Marcus McGee here. Honestly, the JP Bice side is not bad here at plus 300. Let me check the exact odds. I definitely would not. Oh, he's plus 285 now. Plus 285, I could see JP Bice doing something sneaky here. He's from Extreme Couture. Marcus McGee's from MMA Lab. Both great gyms. I don't think this is one of those examples I said early in the show. I don't think he should be minus 380 against anyone. Right now, at least. Right now. So the pick, Marcus McGee. If I had to bet, I'd go JP Bice. So kind of like I got my feet on both sides of the fence. It's a pass for me. I'll watch, and if McGee looks great or if Bice looks great, I'll bet him next time. Or if they look bad, I'll fade them next time. I'm gonna watch it. I'll check it out. Honestly, fuck it. Give me JP Bice here. I don't care. I'm gonna go JP Bice. McGee, he should not be this big of a favorite. And I'm not here to shell you guys out some minus 380 frauds or whatever they are. McGee's not a fraud, but I'm not going to dish out a minus 400 guy that I think should be minus 150 in this spot.
What
So Bice is it
what
for me.
is where do you have this what weight are they fighting at?
It should be 135, right? Let me make sure this is 135. Yep, this is 135. Yeah.
Okay, so that means JP is Cody Durden. So was his last fight at 125?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking JP. I'm taking JP for the simple fact that he's going up. He's going up in weight. Marcus McGee he's got one win, Journey Newsom, and before that LFA, and before that, he's fighting behind Walmart. Um,
Hell.
and because he was fighting in LFA before that and lost, and before that he was fighting behind Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, that's like a down south like supermarket. That's a legit place.
Piggly Wiggly, man.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta
some
Google
crazy
that.
shit. That sounds like something that'd be in Iowa.
Yeah. Well, you probably got one. You probably got one
There's
in
a
the
little
south.
Piggly Wiggly over here somewhere.
Um, JP's on a huge skid, right? But he lost to Bruno Silva, um, Montel Jackson, and Cody Durden. Cody Durden just had another magnificent showing. I think I'm gonna go with the experience, and I would like to see um, JP get back on track here. Um, I think he's a good fighter. I really, really do. Um, he doesn't have. I mean, he's got 14 fights compared to this guy's McGee's 8. Um, I'd like to see it go to the ground. I think he can get it done. I really, really do. They got to see something in him. If he's lost 3 fights in the UFC, straight fights, 3 done. Hasn't won one since he's been in the UFC. That tells me that there is something in this kid that they see to still have him on the card. So
Yeah.
give me JP. It
There's
it feels it feels it something doesn't sit right with me of why he's still on the card. If he is plus whatever he is 280, I don't know. I don't know, but I think McGee might be Fugazi. So I'm gonna go with JP.
Here's the thing, man, is with McGee, we're getting a finished product. This dude is 33 years old. Fighters usually don't add much after 33 years old. So we got a finished product with McGee. His win that everyone is basing this minus 400 price tag on is over Journey Newsom. Journey Newsom is 34. Journey Newsom just lost to Sergey Morozov, beat Fernie Garcia, lost to Randy Costa and Ricardo Ramos. Randy Costa lost 3 straight. Ricardo Ramos not even fought much. Lost to Zybera to Gulov. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at a minus 400 price tag for one win over Journey Newsom, who lost to some questionable guys in the UFC. Is Marcus McGee legit? Is he growing as a fighter? Who knows? He's a freak athlete. That's the one thing we do know. He's a freak athlete. We saw that in that last fight. Bice, 27, coming off of losses to decent guys. Cody Durden. Who the fuck has Durden beat? Jake Hadley, Charles Johnson, Carlos Mata. Not bad there. Like, he beat fucking
Yeah.
Jake Hadley and Charles Johnson. Like, not bad. Montel Jackson just beat Ronnie Yaya, beat Julio Arce. Like, that's not bad wins there. Bruno Silva just beat Tyson Nam, beat Victor Rodriguez. Like,
Yeah.
these losses, a loss is not a quality. You can't call it a quality loss, but I'm going to do it because fuck it. These are quality losses here. These are guys that if you're going to be losing to somebody, I want you to be losing to the Bruno Silva, the Montel Jacksons, the Cody Durdens in your 3 UFC fights, rather than basing it all on one win over Journey Newsom. So I think, the more we've talked about it, Bice is kind of the side here at plus 300. And if you can get Bice, and it looks like over 1.5 is going to be juiced at minus 175. If you can put those together and get him at like plus 400, something like that, I
Yeah.
can't get mad at you for betting that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they weigh in. We'll see how they look. But yeah, I'm on JP.
Yeah, I like it. I'd probably be on the same side come fight time. I'll look at the weigh in, see about the size and stuff because I would like to see Bice probably take him down if he's gonna win. This is my other big
All
spot of the
right.
night.
Oof.
This is my other
So
big spot.
Josh Fremd versus Jamie the Night Wolf Pickett. I know you're gonna go in on this, but I'm gonna go right out the gate. If I had to pick, I'm gonna go Josh Fremd by submission. The only thing that makes me nervous is he's got a loss to Trayshawn Gore. Um, but he is coming off a nice win over Cedricus Dumas, who I like a lot. So I'm gonna go Josh Fremd by sub. He's got them long arms, and it's probably gonna be a guillotine or rear naked. Um, that's my pick, man. That's short, sweet, right to the point. So then you can try and convince me otherwise.
All right, man. the Night Wolf. That's going to be my guy here. I'm not as confident in him as I am Isaac Dolgarian, so I'm not going to go, nuts, crazy balls to the wall here. But I took Jamie Pickett. I got him at like plus 285 on the money line. I think he could do some stupid ass shit here and basically win over 15 minutes. I think he could push him against the cage and win. I don't think Fremd is going to take him down. That's my biggest hot take of this fight is Jamie Pickett. I think has good takedown defense. We saw him get absolutely, grapple fucked by Bo Nickel once he hit the mat. But let's not forget that Bo Nickel had to kick him right in the fucking nutsack to get him down. Bo Nickel he was sitting there, he was defending. It was like 40 seconds of them just chilling in this nice little, he had a whizzer, and then all of a sudden, doink, right to the cradle. And Pickett then goes down, and then he just arm triangles him for 2 straight minutes. He just held this arm triangle in full mount when he could have just went to the side and finished it. But Bo Nickel tried to murder him, to be honest. He literally held that arm triangle for a minute and a half too long. But whatever. It was a bad showing for Pickett. He's coming in here 3 straight losses. Dennis Tululin. We don't love that loss. Kyle Dawkins. Kyle Dawkins is not a bad fighter. Was not. Joseph Holmes, he beat. Loriano Strapoli, he beat. Let's go look at some more of his record here. He lost to Jordan Wright, lost to Tafon Nchokwu. So, bottom barrel UFC fighter here. If we're being honest, Jamie Pickett, bottom barrel UFC fighter. Let's look at Josh Fremd here. Who's his best win? Cedricus Dumas. Who the fuck is this guy? This dude is a guy who has a win over Cody Brundage. Cody Brundage fucking sucks. Let's just be real there. Cody Brundage fucking sucks. And then he lost to Fluffy Hernandez, which, nothing bad losing to Fluffy Hernandez. Lost to Gregory Rodriguez, UFC caliber fighter. Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore fucking sucks. Let's just be real there.
That's why I said that was the only one I was really concerned about.
Yeah. So here's my entire kind of point here lands on that. Do you want to bet a minus 350 fighter who lost to Tresean Gore? That's literally the only reason I have Jamie Pickett here is because I think Jamie Pickett can just be stupid and a plus 280 price tag. Sign me up for plus 280 when it's a shit fighter versus a shit fighter. And I think both these guys are shit fighters. I'll take the dog. I'll ride with it. And I don't feel confident. If he loses, I'll be the first one to admit. Stupid bet. It was just a shit fighter versus a shit fighter. And I took the dog. But, I'll take Pickett. I'll ride with Pickett here.
First of all, I'm not laying minus 300 on anything. I'm going to take Fremd to win by submission because Pickett likes getting choked out. It's something that he's into.
He does.
If he's into it, listen, I'm going to try and make a little bit off of it. And don't give me the nut shot was a huge factor in that Bo Nickel fight. Let's be realistic.
Bo Nickel was going to fuck him up anyway.
I had under a half a round, and it took him an extra 9 seconds. So I didn't cash that. But that had nothing. That wouldn't have changed he could have kicked Bo Nickel in the nuts, and it wouldn't have made a difference in that fight. So you want to go with Pickett? That's fine. I'm going to take Fremd by submission, and Pickett will be fighting Marcus McGee behind Walmart pretty soon.
Behind Piggly Wiggly?
Behind the Piggly Wiggly.
He'll be hitting up the Piggly Wiggly. No, Fremd by sub is probably a decent spot here. And also, I think it'd be, if you're on the Fremd side, Fremd by sub. And if you're on the Pickett side, probably Pickett by decision. Those would be the two I'd roll with.
Yeah.
All right. This has the potential to be a banger. Two dudes coming off of losses. It's probably winner goes or loser goes home. Because these two dudes have pretty, not great records. 6-2 and 6-3. Loser goes home here. So it's going to be at middleweight. So that means Tafon Nchukwi, who has fought, I believe, all of his fights at light heavyweight, is going to be moving down. to 185 here. And he's coming off of a loss to Carlos Olberg, decent kickboxer, and then a loss to Azmat Mirzakhanov, not bad. AJ Dobson is coming off a loss to Armin Petrosian, not bad fighter, and a loss to Jacob Malkoun, who Jacob Malkoun's got some wrestling chops. That's Robert Whitaker's grappling coach. So this is a close fight. This is a very, very close fight. The one thing that kind of throws me off here is I don't like Nchukwi coming down a weight class here. I think that's probably going to be my one caveat. I don't even know if that's the right word. I don't fucking know what caveat means. I don't know why I'm saying that. But Nchukwi, I don't think he should be coming down. I think he looked pretty big to me, honestly. He was filled out. He had abs. He looked strong. I don't know why he's coming down. I'm going to go AJ Dobson here. The AJ Dobson side is still plus 120. I don't know. I just have a feeling that weight cut's going to go bad. We'll see come weigh-ins how it looks, but I'm picking AJ Dobson, a dog. I'm not going to bet AJ Dobson. I think this is going to be a slugfest. They're going to throw some leather and figure out who's got the better chin. And, AJ Dobson will be my guy, but no real strong technical opinions. I went back and watched the last 2 fights of both these guys because they're both UFC fights for both of them. Went back and watched both of them, and I didn't find anything I really liked. So Dobson, dog, not a tougher weight cut. That's the opinion, and those are the reasons.
Now let me ask you a question. So Nchukwi, his last 2 losses, he's got knocked out.
Yeah.
And he's been knocked out at light heavyweight. How do you think his chin is going to hold up going down another 20 pounds with faster guns?
Terrible.
And granted, Dobson, right? He dropped his last 2, but they were decisions, right? And then before that, he's got a sub on the Contender Series, and then in his other fights, he's got a knockout and a sub. I really think the odds here are kind of out of whack. Plus money on AJ Dobson seems like somebody made a mistake. I'm gonna take Dobson on this. But I don't know. And Chukwi could be a weight bully. Move down and smoke Dobson. And just hit him hard. But he's not.
He'd have to have a good weight cut for that. That's the thing.
He hasn't knocked somebody out in I can't even tell you when. It hasn't been in the last 3 years. So, oh man, he's got to win. Oh man, and he's got to win over Jamie Pickett. Oh my God, give me AJ Dobson all day. Are you kidding me? AJ Dobson all day, and it wouldn't surprise me if he stops him.
Look at their height and reach here too. Dobson is going to be 6'1", 76-inch reach. Nchukwi, 6 foot, 77-inch reach. I mean, Nchukwi's probably going to have he's going to have the thickness advantage just because he's coming down from 205 and he was pretty thick at 205. But Dobson's going to be there with height and reach. Like he's not going to be outmatched when it comes to height, reach, ability to catch him with punches on the end. Like he's not going to be at a disadvantage here.
Let's do a gentleman's bet. I don't think Nchukwi makes weight.
Oh, what's the bet gonna be? What are you gonna have to do if you lose?
Just nothing. A gentleman. That's a gentleman's bet. That's something you young guys don't get. It's a gentleman's bet.
Something you boomers do get, huh? Gentleman's bet.
So it's like good job. That's it. If I win, you say good job. If
I'll give you a pat on the back.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Right. Sounds good. Gentleman's bet. I'll take the side that he makes weight. I bet he does. Okay. Really, before you said that, I would have said no, he doesn't make weight. But since it's a bet now, I have to. Now he's gonna make weight. He's gonna make weight. He's gonna look great, and now he's gonna fucking 185 even. All right. I have a feeling that you have a big spot here. I don't know why. This just seems like a Tim fight. This just seems like a Tim. We haven't even talked about this one before, right? This second. This seems like a Tim fight, so I'm gonna hands off, lead it to you, and then you can
Um,
You can go
all
off.
right. This is gonna be this could be interesting. So we got Pollyanna Viana versus uh, what is it? Jasmine?
I think it's
Lasmin? Yasmin
Yasmin. It's
Lucindo.
Yasmin. Yeah.
Yasmin Lucindo. Don't know much. Don't know much about Lucindo. Um, other than she came in, she um lost her first fight against Yasmin Juragui 10 months ago, decision, but that girl was 8-0. She did lose to she did beat Brogan Walker, who's 7-3. Um, but and she's the favorite, 21 years old, the favorite. But I think Pollyanna Viana just has the experience. 10 years older, um, 2 inches taller. I think, and she just beat Jin Yu Fry with knocked her out, TKO KO. Lost to Tabitha Ricci, has a win over Mallory Martin, and before that Emily Whitmire, and she dropped one too for like Hardy, which that was a long time ago. But I'm gonna go with Pollyanna Viana. I think she's gonna get it done, and I would almost take her by submission. I would take her by submission. Um, that's gonna be my pick on this. I don't think Lucinda is a Lucinda is a finisher at this level. So that's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wait for the odds to come out, and I will take Viana by sub. What do you think about this one? Two Brazilian ladies. What do you think? A lot of we gonna get the grappling from Lucindo, or you think it's gonna be a boring decision
Nah, so
125 fight?
I think Lucinda's gonna walk forward and try to knock her the fuck out, and I think that might be her downfall here. So I want to go back. I was just looking over it, but Lucindo's loss to was to Yasmin. I don't know how to say that last name. Yasmin, you're a guy, where both of them are
What?
young. What?
Yasmin, you're a guy?
What? It might be, dude. It might be Yasmin.
Could
You're a
be.
guy. Um, but yeah, that was her one loss, and after that fight, it was such a good fight that they kind of juiced both those girls up. Like Yasmin was minus 300 against Denise Gomez, and Lucindo was a big favorite last fight against Brogan Walker, which Brogan Walker fucking sucks. Terrible fighter, just awful fighter. So for me, it feels like Lucindo and Yasmin got a little overvalued after that fight. We saw Yasmin get fraud checked. She got knocked out in like 20 seconds on a card a few weeks ago or a month ago.
Yep.
And I feel like this is the spot that Lucindo is going to have to take a step back. She's 21 years old. That's younger than me. And Pollyanna Viana is 31 years old. I get she hung out with Colby Covington. Sometimes we make bad decisions. It happens. I've hung out with people in the past that I would never be seen with nowadays. It happens. So I get it. Maybe some of the wrestling rubbed off on her though, and I do like her at this dog price. I think Yasmin Lucindo is good. I think in the future she's gonna have a future in the UFC. Like she's gonna be around for a little while. I just don't think this is a good fight for her. We have not seen her ground game tested to a pretty a degree to make me feel comfortable here. Viana, she's not going to win minutes here. She's going to get her shit rocked on the feet. She'll get pressured. She's going to get punched in the face. She gets a takedown though. Different world. She lands one of those big punches that she can land. Different world. And so I'm taking Pollyanna Viana. I think this might be one I bet. I might take Pollyanna Viana. I don't know if I'll do finish. I don't know if I got the balls for that. Tim's got the balls for it. I don't know if I got the
Yeah.
balls for it. But I'm taking Viana. Viana's going to be my pick here. Got a question
All
for you, though,
right.
Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think Viana? I know you said sub earlier, but what sub do we think she's getting? Because I know a book where you can get individual subs. I was going to say armbar. I was going to bet armbar on that.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. She's gonna grab an arm.
That's what I
That's
thought, man.
that's what her last dude. She's got eight subs, five knockouts. So
Mm-hmm.
so dude. She's a finisher. But I just think this is gonna be where you go to the bread and butter. You need to to get a finish, and it's gonna be armbar. It's gonna be armbar.
All right.
Without a doubt.
I'm checking the under over. See what we got going on here. Oh my god, man! The under 2.5 is plus 140 here. That's a good
Yeah.
ass fucking price.
So here's what I would do.
Whew.
Um I would take yeah, definitely armbar.
I'm
I would
betting
take
that.
her under 2.5 by sub.
I like that. I'm just betting this under 2.5 right now. Like it's just getting hit right this second, right while we're on here. Um,
Speaking of under 2.5, this next one
yeah, I just bet
should
that.
be
I just bet that under 2.5 because that's a great fucking price. Woo! Yeah, dude, you weren't kidding when you said this next one. I mean, dude, look at these. Look at these records. It's inverse. Khalil, 3 wins in his last three, and then 2 losses before that. Dawkins, 3 losses in his last three, 2 wins before that. This is just the tale of two fighters, man. Khalil Rountree's coming into his own. Chris Dawkins, he like forgot how to fight and then just got knocked out like 40 times in like 3 different fights. I think this is like clear as day. I think Khalil Roundtree probably fucking disposes of the trash.
um this is gonna first of all, this could be another situation. I don't know how he's making weight. I don't know if
Man.
he's gonna make weight.
Yeah,
He's a
man.
big boy, and he's dropping to 205. The last thing, in my opinion, you want to do if you just been knocked out three times is try and drop at least 40, 50 pounds to go fight a guy who can knock you clean out. Um, I'm definitely on Khalil Roundtree here. Chris Dawkins, I think it's a good story. With firefighter out of Philly, or police officer out of Philly. His brother's in the UFC. Um, he made a splash, right? He made a splash when he came in. It's a good story. Uh, Beat Alexei Olenek and and I just it's over. It's over, dog. It's not happening. Um, Roundtree all day, KO under 2.5. Um, it's not even. I don't even know why he's even fighting. To be honest with you, I feel like three knockouts. Take some time off. He's not taking time off. He took a year and 7 months ago. He got knocked out by Derek Lewis. A year and 3 months ago, he got knocked out by Curtis Blades. 7 months ago, he got knocked out by Jardina Rosenstruck. What are we doing? Take a solid year off, reassess yourself, cut the weight properly, and then try 205. I don't know how he's doing it. I think he's going to get knocked clean out, and I think it's going to be quick.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got knocked out, like you said, by Jarzinho, Curtis Blades, and Derek Lewis. and then you're going to drop 37 pounds. He weighed in at 242 in that last fight. You're going to drop 37 pounds, and then you're going to take on a guy who, against Carl Roberson, looked like he legitimately might have bodies under his house buried in the backyard. Like, against Carl Roberson, like, I don't know what Carl told him or said to him in a face off, but Khalil Roundtree tried to actually murder him. If there was not a referee there, he would have fucking killed him. Like, Khalil Roundtree,
Yeah.
there was a look in his eyes in that fight that made me legitimately, like, worried for Khalil Roundtree as a human. Like, I thought he might end up in jail after that. Like, it was some legitimate, like dude was fucking on a absolute serial killer mindset going into that. It was something different. The only time I've ever seen that was like, I think Crow Cop used to have that where it was like just a serial killer look in his eyes. John Jones sometimes has that serial killer look in his eyes. We've seen it like a couple.
Wanderlei Silva, man.
Wanderlei Silva, man, just that just killer instinct. But we saw it out of Khalil Roundtree, and I don't know why you'd go from getting knocked out 3 times at heavyweight by guys with heavy hands to fighting Khalil Roundtree, who has heavy hands, heavy kicks. Um, I don't love it, and also I don't love the "My Brother's Keeper" tattoo on his chest. I mean, kind of fucking awful. Just a terrible tattoo. Like, I don't know what you're doing there, but the "My" is in a different font than "Brother's Keeper." It just looks bad. It's a bad look. Khalil's gonna knock you out. They're both 33. I'll have Khalil. I think Khalil Roundtree knockout and Terrence McKinney knockout could be a banger of a parlay this weekend because I think they're both getting some nasty finishes. I think that could be a solid parlay.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Oh man,
All
co-main
right.
time. This doesn't feel like a co-main though.
No, it doesn't. We have Cub Swanson versus Hakeem Dawodu. Um, Cub Swanson, man. Uh, he's fighting at featherweight. He's moving up. Um, he's the dog here. Coming off a loss to Jonathan Martinez via TKO from leg kicks. I'm not gonna lie, Cub Swanson, he's 39. I have a feeling this could be his last fight, win or lose. But I'm gonna have to go with this is gonna be a loss for him. Um,
Sad but
he's got
true.
he's got the loss to Martinez, like I just said. He does have a win, but his last win was almost 2 years ago against Darren Elkins, who's also tough as nails, but he's up there in age. And before that, he lost to Giga, but that's 2 years ago. Giga is phenomenal, nothing wrong with that. But you're looking his last decent win was almost 3 years ago against Daniel Pineda. And even still, Daniel Pineda was 27-13. So, and before that, you're looking at Kron Gracie almost 4 years ago. So
Who
it
has
is
no
what it is.
striking.
Yeah, with Cub Swanson. Now, on the other hand, Dawoodu, right?
Yep.
Just came off a loss to Julian Erosa. Julian Erosa's record, 27-9, not the greatest record, but I think uh, he's a great fighter. I really like him. And before that, he's got a win over Michael Trezano, which is a decent win. And before that, he lost to Mozart Evelev, which we all know how Evelev is progressing. Um, I really think Dawodu is going to do it. I think he's going to send Cub Swanson on his way. Um, and it wouldn't surprise me if he shuts the lights off on Cub. To be honest with you.
Yeah. I was a Dawoodu truther before that Julian Erosa fight. I had a bet on Dawoodu in that Erosa fight. I mean, I was high on the guy. I liked his win over Trezano. I liked his win over to 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 Gulov. I liked his win over Julio Arce. I thought Dawodu was one of these guys I was gonna ride, a decent distance in the UFC. And then Julian Erosa put a beating on him. It was pretty clean. It was a great fight by Julian Erosa. And that's what has me worried here. That's the thing that's keeping me from saying Dawodu is the other parlay piece, with McKinney, Khalil Roundtree. And I would put Dawodu in there. But my issue is Arosa put out a blueprint. Arosa's 34. He's not a young guy. He's not on the upkick of his career. He's on the downtrend of his career. And Arosa put together a blueprint that beat the shit out of Dawodu. Swanson's 39, almost 40. I don't think he's going to do it, but there's that little seed of doubt. It's still Cub Swanson. He still has good hands. There's like a
Yeah.
little tiny doubt in the back of my head that, well, if Arosa could do it, I mean, Swanson probably is as good as Arosa on the feet nowadays. Um, I don't think he's going to. I don't think Swanson's going to beat him. But I'm just not comfortable betting Dawodu until I see him again after that loss to Erosa. I'm going to pick Dawodu. He's my pick. He's not going to be a parlay piece, though, because I'm just worried after that loss to Erosa. I want to see how he responds because losing to Movsar Evloev is much different than losing to Julian Erosa. Movsar Evloev is a future title contender, future top
Yeah.
10 guy, except for when he fights Diego Lopez in a rematch and Diego Lopez squeezes his head off. But yeah, it's different than losing to Julian Erosa. Julian Erosa is a middling UFC fighter who's had wins, had losses, is 34. Um, so yeah, I want to see how Dawodu responds to this. If he responds well, I might get back on the train of Dawodu. But I'm a little bit worried, and I think it is Cub Swanson's retirement fight. Usually we want to fade retiring fighters. Um, but I'm going to go Dawodu. I'm just a little bit tentative here. It's going to be one of those watch and see how it looks and then make decisions after the fact, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Main event time. This is a banger, dude. This is gonna be a fun fucking fight, and I don't have a clue who's gonna win. Going into this, you're gonna have to talk first because I honestly have no idea. I genuinely have zero clue who I think is gonna win this. It's crazy. This is a
Um,
good fight though.
it is a good fight, and I'm with you. I have no idea who I think is going to win. Um, if we do MMA math, it should be Vicente Luque because Chiesa has a win over RDA and Luque has a win over Chiesa.
Yep.
Um, that's most recently. I don't I don't know. RDA's last was to Fazeev, who is a monster. We saw him fight Gaethje. Now, Luque lost to Bilal Muhammad. Oh, whatever. That was whatever fight. We all saw that fight. But he also got stopped by Jeff Neal. And the whole thing was he had a brain bleed and he just got cleared.
Yep.
Um, I don't I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea on this one. I think this is going to be one of the times where we could just enjoy the fight and not have any sweat it out on a decision here. My main thing for this one is that Luque finishes the fight and he's okay and he can fight again. I feel like this is coming back too soon for him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I think Luque would be the side if it wasn't for that brain bleed, man. Like he's 5'11". He has a reach advantage of 6 inches here.
Yep.
And I also think his losses. So Bilal Muhammad, I think I know this is a hot take, but I think Bilal Muhammad is championship material. And then Jeff Neal. I think that's, I don't know how he pronounces it, but Jeff Neal, just about. I mean, he had Shavkat Rachmanov in some bad spots over that fight. And Jeff Neal is going to
Yeah.
be fighting Ian Gary next, and he had
No,
Rachmanov.
that's off. That fight is off.
What?
Yep.
Who?
Neil pulled out.
No. Is that
Yep.
just today? Was that today?
Yep. That was today.
Fuck, man. I was looking forward to that. God, that was honestly the fight that I was looking forward to most next week's card. Like, I'm not like over O'Malley versus Aljamain, which I'll just preface it. We're a week out, but I have a fucking bag on Sean O'Malley. I think he's knocking Aljamain out, and I think you guys are going to be surprised with his grappling. But we're talking about Vicente Luque here. I think Vicente would be the absolute like side here at underdog money, which I think he might even be plus 120 right now. Let me go look. No, actually he's minus 105, so I was completely wrong on that. But I saw a plus 120 last night, so people were buying in on Vicente Luque, but 31 years old, 5'11 compared to 5'8, 76-inch reach compared to 70-inch reach. He has wins over good fighters. He beat Michael Chiesa. He beat Tyrone Woodley. He beat Randy Brown, which Randy Brown is not very good. But he's got these wins. He started to come up, and then he fell into some decent contenders here. Below Muhammad, Jeff Neal. I would say Vicente Luque is the side. But when your brain is bleeding less than a year ago, like there's blood inside of your skull from getting
Yeah.
punched in the face less than a year ago, and you're fighting a man named Rafael Dos Anjos. Here's gonna be the kicker. If Rafael Dos Anjos comes out with a mustache, we've seen mustache Dos Anjos before. Dude is a fucking killer. I don't want to bet against Dos Anjos, and I don't want to bet against Dos Anjos with a fighter whose brain was bleeding a year ago, less than a year ago. How long ago was that? 11 months. I don't want to bet against a fighter using a fighter with a brain bleed. I won't do that. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna enjoy this as long as it lasts. I could see either one of these guys getting a submission. Honestly, fight ends by submission would be a decent place to look. Knockout is a little less likely in my opinion. I think there's probably going to be more grappling exchanges, but Dos Anjos, you know, great fighter. He's one of my favorites to watch. I bet on him a lot. I bet on him against Barberena. I bet on him against Moicano. I bet on him against Paul Felder. I bet on him. I even had money on him 4-5 against Rafael Fiziev, but Fiziev put him away there. So, Dos Anjos, love him. I'm just going to enjoy this. I'll probably be cheering for Dos Anjos as well. I'm a big Dos Anjos fan when it comes to not
Yeah.
betting.
I think I might sprinkle a little RDA by sub.
Dude, I like that. I might see what fight ends by sub is. And if it's plus money, then I'll probably snag a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Interesting card though, man. Like not a lot here.
Interesting interesting card. I think it should be decent. It should be decent as much as some of these when you go into it and you look at it, it's kind of like I don't know how good it's going to be. Usually those ones that you have low expectations for really come through. So as long as it's better than the main event of last week's card, I'll be happy.
Yeah, that I mean, Corey Sandhagen, I don't know what he thought he was gonna get out of that. I can see though, like a bad win is better than a good loss, which I can see. He just needed to get the dub, and he did. But that was, my goodness,
Yeah.
terrible. Do you have any hot takes for fights down the road, like long ways in the distance? I'm talking Covington, Edwards, Strickland, Adesanya, Jones versus Stipe. Do you have any like blazing hot takes for any of those before we hop out here?
Not yet. Not yet. I like to take it one step at a time. One step at a time because I don't want to get too far ahead. You know what I mean? We look too far ahead. We don't appreciate the stuff that we got right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Besides Alex Per, dog walking Yuri Prohaska. Other than that, no,
Oh, bro. You mean him dog walking him for 4.5 rounds and then getting choked out in the last 30 seconds?
I don't think so.
Oh, that one
I
fucking
think
hurts still,
I
doesn't it,
think
Tim?
if he's throwing wild shit like that, he's gonna get his clock clean.
Yeah, he will. I mean, here's the thing though, is both of them have awful striking defense. Whatever the minus, like the under 1.5 is in that, I mean, it should be minus money because Yuri does not care about his chin, and Alex does not even try to like block his head. He just moves. He just tries to move. Like Jan in that third round was landing like decent combos just straight to his face because Alex was just doing this. He was just
Yeah,
reaching, and he's got. I mean, one of them is just getting killed. Like it's gonna be an absolute bloodbath. One of them is getting put away early, and I hope it's not my boy Yuri. But honestly, man, like if I'm being real, if it's Alex, I would rather it be Alex than anyone else because I do like Alex. You've kind of pushed me to like Alex. I really do enjoy watching him fight, and I cheer for him now. He's probably one of my like top five favorite fighters now.
how can you not like him? He's always smiling. He's always having a good time,
Yeah, laughing and just running
laughing and
around, giddy.
joking around.
He's
He
always
just
talking
posted.
a lot. Always real
Yeah, he just
talkative guy.
posted. He just posted on Twitter. He's in Germany at Walt Disney World or whatever it is, and smiling on the roller coaster, putting his hands in the air.
Can't hate the guy, man.
So, but yeah, that's it, man. We'll see how we do this card, and then I want to start looking into not this weekend, um, or I'm sorry, not this Tuesday coming up, but the following Tuesday, week 3 of Contender Series. Maybe we hit some of those as well. We pick a couple out and talk about them.
Yeah, we had. I mean, our luck is we'll only have our two Dana White's Contender Series wins were these first two, but we'll see, man. We've been on a roll too. I don't think anyone's really seeing a lot of these bets, but we're on a fucking roll. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I, it is good because it's just something too where you get to break down the fighters a little bit. So
Yeah,
not a lot of people know who some of these fighters are, so it's good to talk about them.
exactly. They deserve it. They deserve to get some recognition because they're going out there and putting their chins on the line, putting their livelihood, their health on the line here. Even these guys at the bottom of the card.
Yeah, even Juliana Miller.
Yeah, dude, Juliana Killer Miller. She's putting her livelihood on the line here, and even Jose Johnson, who I think is fucking awful. They're putting their health on the line, so respect to them. That's more than I do. I sit behind a screen and I talk.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
All right. Well, thank you for anyone who's listening to this or watching this. And remember to follow us on Twitter, Fight Chronicles. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on everything you can imagine. So follow us and give us a shout, and we'll talk.
Sounds good. Thanks,
Thanks,
everyone.
Tim.
Like you said.